happening with LeJuan when you're 12 years old and all this going on?
Um, I was really getting a grip on what it was I had gotten myself into, which was a beautiful situation. Um, but I looked around and I go to school. After school, I go either record or rehearse. Um, and I get home maybe 1, 2 in the morning, and I got to keep my grades up and produce records. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of pressure. I got homesick a lot, so I would take pictures of the house, and whenever I got homesick, I would look at them on the road. But my daily routine was just that. After school, I would go to work, so to speak. Um, I didn't have a lot of friends. Excuse me. I didn't. I had friends, but you on the road with, you do a show with Public Enemy or Rob Bass at the time when he did It Takes Two. So you on the road with you know these big acts that I'm fans of, and then you come home and you got to go to school, and I listen to everybody talk about their day or their weekend, and it's like it's I was in two different worlds. I was in two different worlds. Um, and when it all started, I had some people, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that in the music industry. They had no idea how it came about. And I continue to receive that in the music industry. And then you have adults as a 12-year-old, but like I was saying, it's a business. So you're trying to figure out whose agenda you need to flow with. So I stuck to the people that I trust, which was Mark and Mr. Mix and Chris and Luke. They took real good care of me, and they taught me a lot of things. And so I watched and observed how they handled certain situations and how they maneuvered or the moves that they made in the business, and I applied those. So at 12, it was my voice changed. I hit 13. I'm going through puberty. It's time to make another record. It's crazy. Um, I You have other young artists coming up, and so now it becomes a matter of competition. Before it was just for the love of the game. I wanted to make me a record, but now you're in the game. You're a star now. What do you do? You know, um, how do you how do you maintain? And looking back, it's easier. 2020 is hindsight is always 2020. Um, so I skipped childhood a little bit, but I still had some fun. So I would go swim in the pools and hit the go karts and video games while on the road, do a little shopping, um, and I gradually just maneuvered and handled myself with mannerisms, and you know I was quiet when I needed to be quiet, made noise when I needed to make noise. So it was a very interesting experience. It prepared me for a lot later on in life. Um,
How was the money handled in those days as far as compensation to what you were performing, your record selling, you're getting played on the radio, you're going from here to there. Are they just taking care of you day by day on what you need, or are they actually giving you a check here and there?
um,
And who's it going to? You're 12 years old.
yeah, it's going to mom. Um, so the money matters were handled by the company and my mother. I had my own bank card at the time, and I would go. I would leave school if I didn't have to go to work or if I didn't have to go to the studio. Um, I would go to the mall or whatever, buy me a new CD, not a CD, but the headphones, the Walkmans, buy me some shoes, some jackets or whatever. Sometimes I would overspend, um, and she would, hey, what you been doing? My mom's like, hey, where that money at? Or whatever. Not necessarily where the money is, but she knew when I went shopping. It was like $300 shopping. Come on. And sometimes it wasn't just for me and my sister or a buddy of mine. We would eat, and so the money was nice. It allowed me to do a lot of things, and it provided for my family. We were in a much better situation than we were beforehand. So, um, I I would renegotiate those situations. But in business, you get what you negotiate, not what you necessarily deserve. That's been something that's been shared to me long over the years with some other wealthy investors or people in business, in the business world.